Well, if you're going to go to a British place, you got to take a British car. So I took the Rolls, and I really should have taken the 1967, the Silver Shadow, the old one. But I'm doing some other running around today, and I wanted to take the nicer, more modern car. I'm going to be going to some of the casinos and the malls today, so I didn't want to. The old car, you know, it's not as friendly as that one as far as getting around. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is the infamous Crown and Anchor. Now, I've talked about this place a lot of times. People who watch my regular channel, Video Bob channel, have heard me talk about the Crown and Anchor. And I come here all the time for breakfast on the weekends. They're open 24 hours. Let's check it out. Okay, well, I've been in here a million times, Crown and Anchor. I've been coming in here for probably 5 years before I lived here. When I first discovered it, whenever I would come visit Vegas, I would always come and visit here. So it's located on Tropicana, right close to Maryland. It used to be next door to the Pinball Hall of Fame, which has now moved on to Las Vegas Boulevard. But if you look for the Crown and Anchor, you'll find it. It's a famous place. It's been here a long time. A little bit of trivia. The song Mr. Brightside was written about this bar where the singer talks about how he walked in here, saw his girlfriend making out with another guy, and that inspired him to write the song. That happened here. I don't know which booth it was, but it was one of these, maybe this table. And now one of the things I like about coming here is I like British fare. Not just the food, but the presentation. This is the only place I know in town as a restaurant that you can come to without going to a place that offers high tea service. And you can get high tea at, I think, Bellagio, over at the Four Seasons, a couple other places that we may check out later. But they bring a nice traditional pot of tea, nice cup on a doily with a milk. I like milk in my tea. I do. And a little bit of sweetener. Let me poke this on here. Hold on. And I love the ritual of the tea. Pinky out. Utata. Very good. So, starting off with the tea service, I just don't know of any place that in town, if you know of another place in Las Vegas that serves tea this way on a platter with the pot, let me know. There wasn't anybody when I got in here. It's an afternoon. I'm in the no smoking section. Now over there in the bar area, that's where you got some gambling tabletops. There is an upstairs. You know, I just realized I don't think I've ever been upstairs. Let's check it out. Let's just walk over there. I've never been up here. It says max occupancy 9. I've never actually been up here. I should make this my area. I don't think they seat people up here very often. I've never been up here. Just give you a view of... I've never been up here. I gotta be honest. It's interesting. Okay. I don't want to make poor Jessica, my server, walk up and down the stairs. That's Jessica. Now that's my favorite server. And she's been here for many years. I think you know why I like coming here. Now there's a lot of different stuff you can order here of British fare. Scotch egg, Yorkshire pudding, a lot of the traditional stuff. Of course, fish and chips. Now they have other American food, burgers. But people come here because they like to watch the traditional football games, you know, soccer, British games. So on those game days, this place will be packed. So if you're into that kind of a thing, this is the place. A lot of British people obviously come here, feel at home, meet their friends, and it's not close to the Strip necessarily. So this isn't a place that people visiting Vegas would visit unless they're visiting friends. I find that a lot of the people who come in here are people that are like me that like British fare, or they come as guests of British people who live in Vegas. And they're like, hey, let me take you to this place, which is funny. But that's one of the great things about living here in Las Vegas, especially food-wise. It's so multicultural. I don't know of a single actual British place in Dallas where I used to live. I mean, there were these pubs and whatever, but they didn't actually serve anything legit, you know, the fish and chips. Big deal. It was like going to Long John Silver's. So this place is very different. Okay, this is the full Monty. So this is what they call the full Monty. You got your beans, you got your toast. I like poached eggs. Looks like they've added little mushrooms into the mix, some streaky bacon, some ham, banger, grilled tomato. Now, it's not quite as big as the British English breakfast. They didn't call it the English breakfast. They just called it a full Monty. But I don't know of too many other places in town I can even get this at all. So I love it. This is my idea of a good breakfast. Beans on toast. It's just the best. So I've been told that, you know, people who grew up in post-war England or Britain, times were tough. People were poor. You could buy a tin of these Heinz beans for a few pence, and you had to survive on this. I remember watching a documentary about punk rock, and they were interviewing these punk rockers, and they said, you know, you guys have to live on £6 a week. It's like $10. And he said, if it wasn't for beans on toast, I'd die. So not only is it good, but I think it's a symbol of your struggle. I think it's delicious. Now, I don't know if there's a traditional egg for the English breakfast, but I've always preferred poached eggs. These are done perfectly. Not too hard, not too runny, just right. Now, I like a little salt and pepper. Look at this grilled tomato. It's a tomato. I like to mix it up a little. I'll take the tomato, put that on the bread, little beans with that. Love it. Streaky bacon, ham, Canadian bacon. I don't know, but it's not Canadian bacon. It's a slab of pork. It's flat grilled. It's unseasoned. British banger. Very crispy on the outside. I'm not an expert in the banger, but as I understand it, it's just got a number of fillers in it. I can already hear your little British fingers tapping away at the keys, complaining that where's the pudding? Normally, a full English breakfast would include either white and or black pudding, which is a mixture of fat, oats, and blood, if you get the black pudding, which I hear is great. It's like a paste that's fried. Also, there's no potatoes here. I like the cottage fried potatoes or hash browns. I've visited London and Windsor and Manchester many times, Edinburgh, Scotland. And normally when I order the English breakfast, you have a couple versions of it. When you stop at like a cafe a bistro,
you're going to get more of like a McDonald's style hash browns and some basic eggs, but you get all the same ingredients. They're just cooked a little differently. When you're going to a nicer restaurant, they're presented a lot more. You would get a much larger platter than this, thing separated. It would take up the whole table. Then again, not that I'm making excuses for Crown and Anchor. We are here in Las Vegas off of Tropicana. To be able to get even this, it's, you know, it's better than you're going to get at the airport. Now listen, I'm rather partial to this place. I've been coming here a long time, but I don't want to pull any punches. It's been here a long time. It could use a good dusting and a cleaning. Sometimes I'm in the most smoking area, but sometimes there's people smoking over there. A lot of Europeans like to smoke. Sometimes you come in here and they're playing a football game, forget it. And when I say football, British football, any kind of sport, it's just loud and obnoxious, and I don't want to be around it. I also understand that that's what this place is about. It's a source of community for the people who want to come here and be with others like them. Most of the people that are sitting around me that I'm trying to speak quietly not to bother are British people. People that either grew up in England or they're visiting from there. They just want to feel like home. And for those people, this is the closest that they have. Looks like a mess, but it's good. I know there's a few places in town that do the high tea, and that'll be coming up on the channel soon, trust me. I think last time I got to do a proper high tea was at the Midland Hotel on Mosley Street in Manchester. It was fantastic. There's all sorts of arguments over what the proper English breakfast is. It's all very regional, all throughout Britain. Again, I'm in Las Vegas. And just in the United States alone, it's very hard to get this breakfast. With the beans, with a banger. I've been in these British pubs where they offer the English breakfast. I'm gonna give you French fries, sliced tomatoes, and some fried eggs. Not even close. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. I'm gonna be crop dusting the mall later. The use of the word pudding is used not in the American sense. In America, we think of pudding as like Jell-O pudding, like the thick, viscous custard. But the British use of the word pudding usually just means some kind of a dessert. I never understood white and black pudding, why that's called a pudding, but this is a pudding. This is sticky toffee pudding, which is obviously a date-flavored cake with a toffee syrup. Can be served with cream of any kind. This is an ice cream. And I like to mish it up. So I'll give you a nice shot of this. And I like to smash it up. Turn it into kind of almost a porridge. And they put an extra helping of the toffee syrup in here, so it's going to be extra thick. It comes piping hot, and then when you dump this ice cream in there, oh boy, now you're talking. Now, I've had a lot of sticky toffee puddings in this town, most of which are Gordon Ramsay's, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. Let's try this one. Had it before, but let's have it today. Oh, that's good. It's You know, the thing about sticky toffee pudding is you can do it a lot of different ways, and sometimes it's incredibly way too sweet. I don't think this is too sweet. Then again, I eat sweet stuff. I have a sweet tooth. Oh yeah. I love pigtails. That's all. The service here is super friendly, super good. You will enjoy the service. Jessica's not the only one that works in here. The girls that they hire to work in here are, you'll leave a tip and leave your heart behind. This is something you get to share. You can't eat this by yourself. Oh, I'm sure some of you can, but you shouldn't. Now, I'm sure I could probably do 10 episodes in here. There's so many dishes that I could have ordered that would be different than you can get anywhere else here in Vegas. As far as like the Yorkshire pudding, Scotch egg, their minced meat pies, their other desserts, cocktails and drinks. There's a lot I could have focused on, but this is what I eat when I'm in here. Like I told you, long before I moved to Vegas, I used to come in here, and I live not far from this place, and it's no coincidence. When I came and looked at my house, I was like, oh my gosh, it's just down the street from Crown and Anchor. I can come here anytime I want. And I come in here often. Now don't come in here looking for me, because you're probably not going to run into me. I come here at weird hours and very inconsistently. But I've been coming here so long, but I don't have to order. When I walk in and Jessica sees me, she puts in my order. She knows exactly what I'm going to order. Hot tea, full Monty with poached eggs, extra beans on toast, and a sticky toffee pudding. Every single time. It's kind of really the only thing I order here. I don't know if I've ever ordered anything else. Because even when I think about it, I always order this. And I bring friends here all the time. It's because of that I kind of debated whether or not I wanted to do an episode on this place. Because it's kind of my spot. But I care so much about it that I wanted to share it with all my fans and viewers. Because, well, they deserve your business. I don't know if you can see that, but you can screenshot it. Hot tea, $2.75 for this. $2.75. You can barely get a glass of water for $3 in the restaurant here in Vegas. $12.95 for the English breakfast. $12.95. That is incredibly cheap. I really think they should raise their prices. I'm going to be honest with them. I think they should. Because I can hardly eat almost anywhere for less than $40 in this town. This is a bargain. Okay. Sticky toffee pudding, $5.25. That big, huge bowl with the ice cream, $5.25. I mean, I went to a Dairy Queen here and got just an ice cream cone, and I think it cost $6. That big, homemade, fresh, sticky toffee pudding was $5.25. The whole kit and caboodle, $22.70. I'm telling you, in Las Vegas, in today's money, that's a bargain. And you know what? I always take care of my girl. Yeah. That's like a 90% tip. So, all right, guys, I shared with you my deepest secret here, the Crown and Anchor on Tropicana, right off of Maryland, one of my favorite places. I've been having this English breakfast for I don't know how many years now. This place has been here for a long time. Now, keep in mind, there is a second Crown and Anchor location. It's down Sahara. It's inside an old Long John Silver's location. It's over in Chinatown. I don't go to that one. Now, Maybe I'll visit that one and have some of their other food. That one's pretty far from me. I don't know if there's anything wrong with it. It's just far from me. This one's close to me, and this is the big one. This is the one that's near my house. So this is the one that I go to the most. That being said, the other Crown and Anchor that I've been to was in Manchester. They have one as well. Not affiliated, I'm sure. It's probably a common, popular name for this restaurant. So, there you go. This is another episode of Bob Eats Vegas. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
Keep in mind that it's Christmas time, so there's Christmas decorations. Play little darts. It's a afternoon, middle of the day. There's nobody here. It's when I like to come. It's chill. So funny enough, I was talking to the lady who runs the place, and we were talking about the Mr. Brightside song, and she goes, "Oh yeah, where you were sitting over there by the stairs, I believe that's the place. That's where it happened." And people that are big fans of the band, they come here as a pilgrimage. So yeah, they've been here since the early '90s, I want to say. So it's not like a old institution. They have an old Austin cab over here. They've let the poor thing go to heck. It's very sad. Doesn't look very good at all. But you can look for this thing here. They used to give rides in this thing. How much fun would that have been, huh? So right across from Metro Pizza, which is another place on my list. Trust me, I'll be going there. It's one of the best pizza places in Vegas. Now, that's not the only location. I mean, you'll find it at the airport. You'll find them all over the place. You'll find them at casinos. But that's one of their big locations, Metro Pizza. So that'll be coming up on the channel. So if you're really enjoying this content, it's really important that you like it and you share it with your friends. But you need to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you know when the new episodes are. All right. I'm going to go to the mall, go Christmas shopping for my friends. Hope you enjoyed having breakfast with me. I'm Video Bob, and I'm eating Vegas. Got to get my... there it is. She's ready. Crown and Anchor, guys. Of course there's a check engine light. It's a British car.